The studio, delighted to say, by the former Attorney General, Sir Michael Ellis. Sir Michael, we're delighted to have your company. We can see live pictures on our screens here now. Of course, the world-famous Mount is there, resplendent in their red jackets. And there we have the King and Queen.
Absolutely, the King and Queen. Hello, Martin. And this is a very special and actually historic event. You can see them in the state landau there. Now, that's a carriage that actually began its life in Australia, as it happens. It was then bought by the Governor-General of Canada in 1911 from the Australians and gifted to Canada in perpetuity. And it's not the first time that the King has been in that carriage, but they've just arrived now, having been escorted by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. 14 police officers they are on horseback, 14 in front and 14 behind, and they've just brought them to the Senate of Canada building. And the Senate of Canada building actually is a temporary house for the upper chamber in Canada, because it's a former railway station. They are undergoing repairs at the moment with their main Parliament building. He appears to have been greeted there by Black Rod,
yes,
the Canadian equivalent of our Black Rod here in Parliament, and he's now standing on a dais where he's going to take a salute, I think.
Chris.
Michael, as I've seen many state openings of Parliament here, why is the King of Canada not wearing a crown?
Well, I think it's interesting to see that if you look at the old footage from 1957 and also from 1977, crowns weren't worn then either. So although Prince Philip was in military uniform in 1977 certainly, and I think in 57 too, but here they've decided clearly that a lounge suit is appropriate, although I think we can see His Majesty wearing Canadian honours there while the national anthem is being played.
And this courtyard arrived, of course, the inspection of the Guard. You can hear in the background there, Sir Michael, the gun salute. It's wonderful to see, actually, an example of a Commonwealth nation saying, actually, we love the Commonwealth, we love the King, come hither.
Oh, absolutely, Martin.
We hear so much now, but let's have a vote to leave the Commonwealth. Let's have a listen here.
Let me ask you something, Squad. What do you wear when you want to send a message without saying a word? Maybe a shirt that says, "Don't mess with me," or your favourite colour that gives you confidence. But if you're Queen Camilla or Princess Kate, apparently you just go digging through your wardrobe, pull out an old outfit, and suddenly it's national news. Yes, we're talking about dresses and hats today, but trust me, this isn't just a fashion story. This is about timing, this is about optics, and this is about how the firm, yes, the British monarchy, is still trying to have it both ways with Harry and Meghan. Camilla stepped off a plane in Ottawa this week in a pale pink Anna Valentine coat dress. Lovely, right? Classic, clean, kind of neutral. But for those of us who pay attention, and we always pay attention, it didn't take long to realise this was the same outfit she wore to Harry and Meghan's wedding back in May 2018. Not similar, not inspired by, the exact same dress. And just in case you thought that was a coincidence, just days earlier, Princess Kate popped up at a garden party in the same yellow Philip Treacy hat she wore on that very same day, standing in the sun watching Harry and Meghan say, "I do." Now listen, you know I don't believe in coincidences, not when it comes to the British royal family. Nothing they do in public is accidental. Not the speeches, not the brooches, and definitely not the wardrobe. These are people whose entire public existence is choreographed down to the angle of a wave and the weight of a teacup. So when both Camilla and Kate pull out the wedding day wardrobe within the same month that Harry and Meghan are celebrating 7 years of marriage, you better believe there's a motive behind it. So what are they trying to say? On the surface, it's being interpreted as a gesture, a nod, a subtle olive branch. Look, we remember the day you got married. Look, we haven't forgotten. Maybe even an attempt to say, we're still part of the story. But here's my problem. Where was that energy when Meghan was suffering? When she was being torn apart in the tabloids every single day, lied on, gaslit, degraded? Where were these soft, symbolic nods then? When Meghan spoke the truth to Oprah? When she and Harry had the courage to step away from a toxic environment for the sake of their mental health and their children? What did they get from the palace? Silence. cold, calculated silence. And now we're supposed to clap because someone wore a coat? Let me remind you what that 2018 wedding represented. It wasn't just a royal wedding, it was a cultural moment, it was history. Meghan walked down that aisle as a biracial, self-made woman who had the audacity to marry a prince and still be herself. The choir sang, "Stand by me," the preacher spoke about love and justice, and the whole world paused to witness the monarchy take one tentative step into the 21st century. And behind all the glitz and glamour, do you remember who stood tall, alone and full of grace? Doria Raglan, Meghan's mother. No royal relatives by her side, no fawning coverage, just dignity and strength. And Camilla was there, standing in that very same pink dress, smiling as if everything was fine, knowing full well that the institution she was part of would later turn its back on Meghan in the cruelest, most heartless way. That dress, that hat, they're not just fashion. They are artifacts of a missed opportunity, a reminder of what the royal family could have been if they had chosen inclusion over control, unity over hierarchy. And now, 7 years later, they want to pull out the relics and play nice? I don't think so. And let's talk about the press coverage, shall we? Oh, suddenly everyone's falling over themselves to describe this as a beautiful, sentimental tribute. Camilla honours Meghan and Harry, they say. Kate extends an olive branch. Please, these are the same outlets that have spent the last 5 years dragging Meghan every chance they get. The same media that called her every name in the book, that tried to paint her as a diva, a manipulator, a threat to the throne just because she dared to speak. And now they want to rebrand these gestures as heartwarming moments of family unity. Let me tell you what's really going on. The firm sees the Sussexes continuing to thrive. They see the public still captivated by Harry and Meghan's love, their activism, their star power. They see that the Sussex brand is stronger than ever, and they know, deep down, that their own PR machine is running out of steam. King Charles is sick, William is struggling to fill the shoes of a future monarch, and Kate is barely present anymore. The monarchy feels flat, predictable, boring. And so what do? They dip into the well of Sussex magic again, hoping a reworn dress or hat can make the public feel something. But here's the truth. You can't erase years of mistreatment with fashion. You can't rewrite history by digging through your closet. If there's going to be healing, if there's going to be real reconciliation, it won't come through coat dresses and brooches. It will come through truth, through public apologies, through acknowledgement of the pain Harry and Meghan endured. Until then, keep the wardrobe theatrics. Because despite all of it, Harry and Meghan are still standing, still smiling, still in love, still building. 7 years of marriage, and every single one of those years has been laced with challenge. But instead of crumbling, they got stronger. They built a new life on their terms. They raised Archie and Lily in love and freedom. They launched Archwell. They told their truth, whether the firm liked it or not. That is power, that is resilience, that is what royalty looks like. So if Camilla wants to wear pink and Kate wants to wear yellow, that's fine. Let them try to dress their way back into relevance. But over here in the Sussex Squad, we don't forget. We don't let fashion distract us from facts. We see the moves, we clock the manipulation, and we call it out. Queen Camilla joins Princess Kate in making gesture to Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. The Sussexes recently celebrated their 7th wedding anniversary. Queen Camilla has joined Princess Kate in making a gesture towards Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. The Queen arrived in Ottawa alongside King Charles on Tuesday for their historic official visit to Canada, stepping off the plane in a pale pink coat dress by Anna Valentine. The knee-length ensemble was paired with polished cap-toe heels and a brown clutch purse, Dot. The outfit immediately caught the attention of royal watchers, as it was the same pale pink coat dress that Camilla wore to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's royal wedding in May 2018. For that occasion, she dressed up the look with a bold pink hat, an elaborate necklace and tan shoes. Royal watchers have interpreted Camilla's choice to rewear the dress as a subtle tribute to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The timing appears particularly significant, as the Sussexes recently celebrated their 7th wedding anniversary in May. Princess Kate made a similar gesture at a recent Buckingham Palace garden party, wearing the same yellow hat by Philip Treacy that she wore to the Sussexes' 2018 wedding. The choice to rewear the distinctive headpiece has been interpreted as another olive branch extended to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Both royal gestures come at a time when the relationship between the working royals and the Sussexes remains strained. Queen Camilla and Princess Kate, wearing the same dress and hat at Meghan and Harry's 2018. The coordinated choice by both Camilla and Kate to wear items from Harry and Meghan's wedding day suggests a potential softening of tensions within the family. Nice to see Camilla wearing the maple leaf brooch that was given to the late Queen Elizabeth II, one fan noted on X. A second stated, "I love this wearing of the brooches. Such an incredible touch and honour to the royal family hosts, and it is beautiful. Queen Camilla looks gorgeous." A third complimented the Queen's outfit, saying, "I love the Queen's outfit, so glad she didn't wear the usual red." Queen Camilla pictured with Meghan's mother, Doria Ragland, at the 2018 wedding. PA. For this diplomatic visit, Camilla accessorised the ensemble with a diamond and platinum maple leaf brooch on her left lapel. The brooch was a gift from King George VI to Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, before her first trip to Canada in 1939. The piece has become a cherished item in the royal family's collection. Queen Elizabeth II wore it during several visits to Canada and passed it down to Camilla, who first wore it in 2009 during her first royal visit to the country as Duchess of Cornwall. If you're watching this and you're as fed up as I am with the palace games, the fake gestures, the press spin, go ahead and hit that like button right now. And if you're proud of Harry and Meghan, proud of how far they've come, how bold they are, how they continue to inspire, hit that subscribe button, because here at the Royal Sussex Squad, we ride with them and for them. And if you want to show your love and support for this platform, if you appreciate the truth and the fire we bring every single time, tap that super thanks button below. Every contribution helps us keep shining a light on the truth, elevating the voices that matter and standing up for what's right. Because the squad isn't just a fan base, it's a movement. And we're just getting started. Stay bold, stay brilliant, stay Sussex strong, and until next time, Squad activate.